It was at this time that the gods gathered in Teotihuacan to create the fifth world. They gathered there, Tezcatlipoca, Quetzalcoatl, Emerald Skirt, all of them. And they created the earth, and they tossed the sun in the sky and the moon after it. That's another whole very long story. And then they said, well, but earth is here and the sky is here, but who will be here? Who will populate this earth? Who will worship us? And it was then that Quetzalcoatl, great serpent, plumed serpent god, he made a very perilous journey down to Mictlan, to the Underworld. Went down through all 9 layers. And he came before the throne of Mictlan, the lord of the Underworld, who was surrounded with spiders and owls. And Mictlan said, what do you want? And Quetzalcoatl said, I have come for the bones of the ancestors. Why? I have come for the precious bones, the jade bones. I have come for the bones of the ancestors, said Quetzalcoatl, so that I may take them and recreate human beings. The Lord of Death was not too interested in giving up the bones of the ancestors, but he said, okay, here, you must blow this trumpet. And he handed Quetzalcoatl a conch shell. He said, you must walk around my throne 4 times, blowing on this conch, making a great sound, and then perhaps you can have the bones. Quetzalcoatl took the conch. Now the conch had no holes. But Quetzalcoatl had allies. He called the worms his allies, the worms, and they came and they bored holes in that conch shell. And then he called his allies the bees, and the bees came and they got into it and they made a great roaring sound. And 4 times he circled the throne and he fulfilled the task. And then he gathered the bones, he gathered the bones, he gathered the bones, he wrapped them up, and he started out as quickly as he could go out of Mictlan, the underworld. But Mictlan wasn't going to give up that quickly. He caused a great pit to appear right in front of Quetzalcoatl and sent some quail to distract him. And Quetzalcoatl, in fact, fell. And all the bones fell into the pit, and they broke into many different sizes and shapes. And the quails went in there and pecked at them. You know, that's why human beings are all sizes and shapes. Had you ever thought of it? Quetzalcoatl gathered them up, every single fragment of bone, and he lovingly wrapped them in cloth, and he got out of Mictlan, up through the 9 layers. And he went back to Teotihuacan. And there was Serpent Skirt. And she had her great jade bowl. Put the bones in the bowl, and she ground them down. She ground them and ground them and ground them down into a fine powder. And then the gods came, and they had maguey thorns made out of jade. And they slashed themselves and pricked themselves. And the blood of the gods went into the bowl. And from this dough, the gods made us, the humans of the fifth world. And we are made from the bones of the ancestors, the blood of the gods.